This is the official Twitter handle of the wife of Gbadebo Chinedu Rhodes Vival, Labour Party governorship candidate, who claimed that he won the election, just like Peter Obi said. He won the presidential election, and that his mandate must be returned, that he is going to take it to the court. But let us look at the reasons why certain people believe that he did not win that election. Yoruba people are more than Igbo people, according to data and statistics in Lagos State. When they looked into the presidential race, it was a different ball game. And there are people who were angry. They voted for Peter Obi. But when it comes to governorship elections, something happened to them. Their eyes started seeing clearly. Tribe became important. You see, some people think it's all about party. Yes, I know party, APC is into this thing. But you need to understand also that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is different from Jide Sanwo-Olu. You need to understand this. So you might dislike Bola Tinubu, but like Jide Sanwo-Olu. You see? And the reason why this election went in this way. Now, we are going to read a tweet. This tweet, let us even read the tweet and leave that story. I think you know about it. I'm sure you can see it already. This is for the Nigerian bigots who say they cannot vote a man because he doesn't speak their language. I hope you maintain the same energy by receiving medical care only from doctors, surgeons who speak your language home and abroad. You better be consistent with this madness. First of all, this lady, Ife, she's not a politician. Her husband is a politician, but not a good politician. Why? They don't know how to talk. You see, as a politician, you should know when to say certain things and when not to say certain things. If you don't, it will affect you, particularly this age of social media. You can see that many of the political aspirants and candidates are suffering a lot. Why? Because of social media. Back then, it would have been different. It would take a lot of newspaper for people to bring what you have said. But now, people can simply screenshot, keep it, log it, and wait for you. Now, not just this lady talking without watching the effects of it, caring about the effect. Gbadebo himself, Chinedu, have also called Yoruba people Afonja, typical Yorubas. I don't think Yoruba, this and that. And you want to be governor. Lagos State is not Igbo land. Lagos State is not Anambra, Imo, Owerri, or any of that. If you want to be governor, just let us look at, imagine this same Gbadebo say, okay, my mother is from Anambra State and I want to be governor of Anambra State. And he comes and says, I don't think Igbo. I don't speak Igbo. And he starts calling them typical Igbo people. And begins to say a lot of things and starts saying betrayer, Igbo betrayers. Call them several names. You think they will vote for him? They will kick him out. They will kick him out. That's it. Now, she went on to write, death stared people in the face during this election. Some lost their lives. Bigots responsible didn't withhold their prejudice. Election have consequences. Once bigots set a precedent, they have no control over how people react, which means it may be difficult to draw a line. If you struggle to comprehend my tweet, please consider sitting IELTS exams. It will really help. Now, that's another disgusting. You have not lost your royal title or monarch. This is not monarchy. It doesn't run in your bloodline. You say you want to serve, then you begin to talk aloof. It shows the kind of individual both you and your husband present yourselves to be. You think you are a first-class citizen, you are higher, you are bigger, then sit in your home. You people don't have sense yet. You have to appeal to the people when you need their votes, when you want them to vote for you. You are thinking they stole your vote, that you won the election. How do you think you won the election? What makes you think you won the election? This is not Peter Obi presidential campaign, an election. This is a different ballgame. This is Lagos State we are talking about, the fifth largest economy. You think they will give it to you like that? There are more Yorubas in Lagos. And when it came to the point where they realized that there is a Gbadebo Chinedu, and they realized that he can't even speak the language, and they saw a lot of things, they said, no, we have to keep this thing home. We are not going to sell or push out Lagos to a guy who said he doesn't think Yoruba is not a typical Yoruba. He doesn't think Yoruba is not this and that. And they can see that this is Nnamdi Chinedu. They can see that this is Chinedu, not Gbadebo. They know. You have to identify. It's not about if your husband can speak the language. Your husband lacked cultural identification. And you cannot be governor. He's even saying Lagos is cosmopolitan, meaning he's repeating that narrative of Lagos is no man's land. And moreover, we Igbos are here. We are this and that. Probably that is the thing that the mother, who is from Anambra State, put in his head. And being that he married an Igbo woman, everything scattered. He doesn't know how to think. You want to be governor of where? Lagos? Lagos is Yoruba land. If other people joined, no problem. Well, from this tweet, I don't know, maybe she's not in a good mood. This tweet shows how aloof and how they are. Now, people responded, they said, healthcare is a different kettle. They will say, we tend to withhold our prejudice when death stares us in the face. Now, in response to this, I think I've read that. Now, people said, are you calling Lagosians that voted against your husband bigots, ma'am? Is this what is happening here? Wow. Another one said, if you have issues, find the nearest transformer and hug it. Another one said, we also cannot vote a man whose wife is a supporter of same-sex nonsense. That is same-sex and all of that. I think that is due to their exposure living abroad. Now, so let's put it this way. They cannot vote a man because he doesn't speak his own language. Or is Yoruba not Gbadebo's language again? How can he not speak his own language? And he wants to be governor of the people who speak the language. Someone said like husband, like wife, two mumu. And I was saying, and what will happen if the doctor couldn't communicate properly with the if the doctor couldn't communicate properly with the patient, how would he be able to explain? How would he be able to explain to the patient? And, well, shall we ask Anambrians the reason Bianca Ojukwu wasn't allowed to represent him? All right, let me read this again. Shall we ask the Anambrians the reason Bianca Ojukwu wasn't allowed to represent them in the Senate, despite the fact that she's an Igbo woman and a widow to the father of the Igbo? Perhaps we should ask Peter Obi the reason he sacked non-Anambra indigenes from civil service during his tenure in Anambra. How true this is, I don't know, but I'm just reading comments. Since most of you think Chinedu is very competent, in Imo State governorship election is due soon. Imo State governorship election is due soon. Please, we will donate 1 million. That's what this person is saying, so that he can go there and perform or go to Anambra. We will share it to all. You call people who did not support your husband bigots now by force to support you. We'll remind you of this tomorrow. Now, someone say, okay, I think I'm going to jump that about the medical thing that, all right. Someone say, you are not a medical doctor, so really you cannot say anything here. If you must know, patients actually refuse care every day in the US from a doctor of color, language, etc. As a black physician actively practicing medicine in US, many patients have refused care from me solely based on my color. Dying patients refuse care from black healthcare workers all the time, even at the point of death. I have experienced this myself. The lesson you and your husband refuse to learn is that you cannot dictate to people how to run their affairs, and you are an albatross on your husband's neck because you worsened his lack of discipline with your own arrogance. Same arrogance you are displaying here, your children will definitely be so rotten. Maggot will be coming off their skin. This is deep. This is deep. Now, some have even went as far as saying, stop smoking expired Igbo, Omo Igbo, Jati Jati, CRV rejected to Biafra, that he should go to Biafra land and take over. And they even went as far as showing the face of Chinedu. They say this is Chinedu's mother-in-law to wife. All of them just rude. Well, this is serious. This is serious. Anyway, I don't know what your thought has regards this one. Someone say whether he speaks Yoruba with the eloquence of Adebayo or Faleti or not, the thing is we rejected your husband completely, totally, permanently. Gbadebo will never be governor in Lagos since he has shown us is divisive. Well, and I was saying, Lord, why is it that people from a particular tribe that are crying over Lagos, you said Chinedu is our son. We agreed with you, but we decided to go for Jide that can relate with us better in our language. Then you started crying. What will concern you now? Shebi, they are your sons. Shebi, they are your sons. Oh, well, don't we have the right to pick the one we prefer? Isn't it now obvious that you have an agenda? You want to smuggle Chinedu into Alausa. You want to use start take over Lagos, but we Yorubas are smarter than that. It can never happen. I have never seen a Northerner complain about Lagos election. It's always our devilish neighbors from the east. Greedy people, go and develop your state. Lagos is a Yoruba state, and the good Igbos know this. But you evil ones are online causing problems. Well. There are people who have attacked even further. Someone say, first of all, you got a terrible parenting. If you are stereotyping more than 500,000 people of Lagos, I will blame your parents, and I know why. Second of all, you are a failure as a doctor with the manner you are handling your grief. Normally, by now, you should have progressed to, let us leave it at that. So, this is Chinedu Rhodes Bible. Gbadebo Chinedu Rhodes Bible. Lagos has its own culture. Making it Yoruba is bigotry. Well, well, this is deep.
Lagos has a lot more problems.
I think I will play this one.
So I'm just gonna give it out to you straight. So number one, I'm sure you must have heard about the Yoruba language bill Ambode tried to pass in 2018. Are you still going to make Yoruba language the lingua franca of Lagos? That's number one. I will not be in favor of making Yoruba the lingua franca of Lagos.
Now that's from Gbadebo.
Right? I will not do that.
He wants to be governor. Well, I think they need to work on themselves. Yes, I understand that he has a dual tribal affiliation, but then you need to learn. You need to learn. You cannot be governor of Anambra State easily, where your mother is from. You probably want to be governor of where your father is from. But you speaking in such a manner, you cannot be given the opportunity to be governor. People have looked at them, and they even went as far as digging into the background of the wife of Chinedu. They say you are a product of corruption. Your father is Anyebo. They said your father rendered Kogi State useless state into perpetual poverty and used the proceeds to send you abroad. This is what people are saying. They said, let me read it out. Say, tomorrow I will address how your useless father rendered Kogi State into a perpetual poverty and used the proceeds to send you abroad. Thousands of Kogi State civil servants died due to your dad's greed for wealth. Your dad was also a Biafran soldier that headed 58th Brigade, Uyo. And they said this is from a reliable source. Anyway, they said his father was wining and dining with Abacha also, and did a lot of things. And they said his father took a lot of money. Anyway, they said if he, a product of corruption, wants to be first lady, your father died with Abacha and he made him military governor of Borno, where his men maltreated religious leaders and caused the first religious clash / hatred in Borno. Your father, Augustine Anyebo, looted Kogi State to a stupor when he was a state military administrator without swearing in his successor. Anyebo handed over by proxy. No official handing over by May 29, 1999, to start of the Fourth Republic. In May 1997, a Nigerian security agent working with Islamic leaders stormed a Christian church in Maduguri, Borno State, and ejected the pastor and church member. The church leaders appealed to Anyebo to act quickly to avoid religious crisis. Now, Obi substituted Gbadebo in Lagos because he's Igbo. His father-in-law is from Anambra, body judge effect, father figure. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. What are your thoughts about this one? Because it is getting tribal and people are beginning to see it in that way. Drop your comment. Do not forget to like and share. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new here.